Welcome back, subscribers, to the next part of Let's Play Wizardry 8. So I am now inside Rapik's castle, and I am at the NPC named Pharaoh, who has the best items in the game. So I've already went through his inventory and bought a few things. But there's some more I want to get, especially some projectiles.
See ya.
So I noticed there's some enemies lingering around though.
Task.
You can see on the map here there's all kinds of Rapiks. Rapik's Cortesian.
Right then.
Understood.
So let's take care of her. Do a little resting, get a few more items, and then continue on. Back in the corner like this.
Let's show the enemy who's in charge.
Okay, warlocks. We need element shield.
With pleasure.
Right then.
Look at all the them standing in the same
Understood.
direction. These battles take a while because they have a lot of hit points and they like to cast magic, which really slows things down.
With pleasure.
And I forgot, there's a gadget that I need to make.
It shall be so.
I found an item that I can combine,
Understood.
which should give one of my gadgeteers an even more awesome item. I've never made it before. Pharaoh's going to town on him.
Understood.
Right then. It shall be so.
Yeah, he has mystic arrows that he sells, as well as lightning bolts, which are corals, and Medusa stones. So he sells amazing projectiles.
Much better. With pleasure.
It shall be so.
Dehydrate works pretty well on these. Man, look at that.
My inner balance has returned.
He's tearing them up.
With pleasure.
Instant kill. Just let Pharaoh blast that guy down. Oh, here comes another one.
With pleasure. Understood.
Man, that's a lot of damage from the bow. 60 damage from 2 arrows. Now he's gonna run away because he's blind. That's the bad thing about blind. Unless you're in an enclosed room. Let's let Pharaoh chase him down. We'll be lazy. So he's a fighter because he goes berserk. There we go.
Good. Let's go.
Get a lot of experience in here. That's one good thing.
RFS 81 practice mode.
Still have my missile shield and magic screen. Okay. What's something I could do to do massive damage to all these? I don't have Blizzard. Let's just do a big ice ball. That should do pretty well.
With pleasure.
Hey, Sandor, or Alexander, if I remember correctly. How you doing? Good to see you here. In
Understood.
Rapix Castle now. We're at the NPC that has the best items. His name's Pharaoh. Yeah, long time no see. Got some really good items from the party. And keep trying to rest so I can get even better projectiles so they'll refill on Pharaoh, but I keep getting interrupted. I'm doing great. Having lots of fun. I just started to stream just a few minutes ago.
Understood.
This whole Rapix Castle area is a big area. It takes a long time to get through it, and there's all kinds of encounters. I'm glad I saved it till later, though, because it's so much harder if you go here earlier. Yep. Yeah, I was at Rapix Rift last time. In fact, I'm going to have to go back there because there's a prisoner I forgot to free.
Understood.
I have the item to free him,
Right then.
and I forgot to do that while I was there. So my plan is to rest, get some more projectiles from this guy, and then head back there and get it, and then come back to Rapix Castle. Okay.
Right then.
I have a really good
Understood.
gadget that I'm going to make here in a second. Well, thank you for your vote of confidence. Yeah, it won't be any problem this time. can't hit this guy because he's in the way. Let me see if I can run forward a little bit. He's blocking me. There we go.
Understood.
So what time is it where you're at right now?
The negative energy is gone. Understood.
There we go.
The negative energy is gone.
Right. Much better.
Okay, so I'm gonna actually go back and rest at the Trang place, but I need to mute the music.
Yes.
Otherwise, I'm gonna have that copyright infringement issue again. It's 21:05 there, huh? Wow. So right here it's about 2 p.m., which would be 14:05. Look how many items I have now stockpiled here at my Trang teleporter place. I have all these items that I'm just keeping just in case I want to use them eventually. You're tired. Well, good. I'm glad you stopped in. If you get too tired, don't feel bad about leaving. But yeah, I'm glad you stopped in. This is a weird time for me to be streaming. I don't know how many people will be able to stop in at this time. It seems like here in the United States, most people start to become available around 7 p.m., which is 19, of course, 19:00. But the good thing about the way I stream at these times like this is I get to meet people like you that are in other countries. So that's great. Yeah, I'll definitely show you what I have.
I'm surprised.
Okay. So let me sell this junk I just found. Now here's the stuff he's selling. These Death Stars are really expensive, but they're really good for my samurai. So I've been giving them to him in his secondary hand there. I had 400 and something thousand gold. So about 400,000 gold. And now I'm only down to 94,000 because I bought so much. See, impaling stone. So here's these lightning bolts. These do 10 to 30 damage. Kill 8% chance and drain spell points 20% chance. So I've been buying those for my gadgeteers because they can actually shoot them from their guns. This is a ridiculous item, but I don't really have anyone that needs to wear armor like that. The only one is my fighter, and she doesn't need that high of armor class because she has stealth. Crazy resistances and plus 16 armor class. But only a fighter, lord, and Valkyrie can use it. This, I bought one copy of this for my bishop. It gives really good health regeneration, stamina, and spell point. Rapics can be either one. Some of them are good and some of them are bad. You kind of have to partner with them at some point. These are really good boots too, because they increase your speed by 10 and give you the snake speed ability with plus 20. Tempted to buy some of those, but these are good too for my fighter. That will also give her speed. It's higher armor class. And then the cloak of many colors gives you good resistance. Hey, welcome to the channel. Your name is so long I have no idea how to pronounce that. Flusage metal scleam. I'll just, I guess I'll call you Flus for now because I'm not sure how to pronounce that name. I'm really sorry. If you want to try to spell out with syllables, just say liquid metal slime. Okay. Liquid metal slime. That's still long. That's still a lot to say. How about I just call you liquid metal? Liquid metal. I'll try to remember that. Yeah, the Cloak of Many Colors is a really good item. Extremely expensive though, since I only have 90,000 gold. Trying to figure out what I want to buy. In fact, I think I might buy some spell books instead.
Yes?
Because I think I just saw a spell that I'm missing. Yes. Sonic Blast. That's a pretty darn good spell because it hits a group of enemies and does damage to all of them and can maybe drive them insane. It's hard to find spells that'll do damage to a single group. Most of them are either area, single target, or go in a cone. The reason why this is so good is because you can hit enemies around a corner. So like if you just see one enemy and then like 8 of them are around a corner, it'll hit them all, the Sonic Blast. Yeah, 18,000. Well, you guys are just in time. I'm about ready to make an amazing gadget that I have never made before. So we take the bellows and we take the hose, I believe, and merge them together.
First class.
Yes. And we now have a water cannon, which casts tsunami. This is an 85 engineering item, level 18 gadgeteer. So it does a giant tidal wave and hits all the enemies within the area. So that is an awesome item. Now I just have to figure out who to give it to because I have 2 gadgeteers. So she has her trusty microwave that she's always using. And the strobe light hits in a cone, so that's pretty good. He only has, well, he has this which does damage in an area. The vaporizer which instant kills, and so does this with an area. I think I'm going to give it to him. I don't really use this lava lamp anymore. So let's replace that. I can't wait to try that out. You had a ton of gold in Wizardry 7. Yeah, Wizardry 7, it's a lot harder to find good NPCs to spend your money on. Toward the end game, you can, but it is a lot harder. But most of the game, it's hard to have a lot of gold in Wizardry 7. This one, you buy a lot more items. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is go back and free that slave I was telling you about. Oh, by the way, here is this treasure room that I showed hex edit hack I did in one of my videos, where that floor doesn't really exist. I hex edited myself in there and you just drop through the floor. So this is a artificial treasure room. It's not real.
The enemy will
Die
Ooh,
slowly.
lots of Rapics. Okay. So here's where I can show you my new Psionic Blast. Now see this? The enemy's nowhere within sight, and I can target all of them.
With pleasure.
That is awesome. And let me look at the water cannon. So the water cannon does a cone. So they have to be within range because that's not going to hit him. So I think what I'll do is I'll have him just shoot.
It shall be so.
Let's have our ranger cast element shield.
Gotcha.
Choose
Understood.
microwave. And now I'll just wait for him to come closer. Yeah, I actually made a new playlist on my channel called Hex Editor Hacks, and anytime I do a Hex Edit video, it'll show up in that playlist. I think I have 6 videos in there now, and that playlist will just automatically include new ones once I add them to the list. And then I made a playlist for my game reviews because I wanted all those in one list. Yep, that's exactly it, Alexander.
With pleasure. With pleasure.
Okay, now I can use my tidal wave water cannon. So that's going to nail
Like that.
those.
Understood.
I'm eager to see how well it does.
It shall be so.
That's pretty good. And that's only hitting the ones that are up front there. That's cool. And really that didn't use up a ton of stamina. I mean, it used up a decent amount, but I could get probably 2 or 3 castings out of that. Wow. That element shield that my ranger cast at level 2 wasn't very protective. Ooh, wow. 84 damage.
You can't avoid fate.
Okay, time to get serious on these guys.
Understood.
So Bishop, you're going to cast... Well, let's see. Let's go ahead and resurrect him.
With pleasure.
And you're going to do Dulcimer
It shall
Mending.
be so.
Everybody go for those.
Confirmed.
Oh, he's paralyzed too. The monk is. I've got another character in my
Right then.
party.
Thanks. Let's get back to work, shall we?
It's Alexander. Okay. Now Jade's paralyzed.
I think it's high time someone healed me.
Man, that element shield is really weak.
My
I'm gonna have to
inner
cast
balance
a
has returned.
The negative energy is
better
gone.
version.
Understood.
More already?
It shall be
So
so.
my bishop can cast a much more powerful version. There we go.
With pleasure.
Now you use your water cannon.
Right then.
There we go. I wonder if I have... Somebody has cure paralysis. Ranger, let's try to cure my fighter.
Gotcha.
There we go. You don't... Metal Slime says he doesn't like all the changes they made from Wizardry 6 to 7. What do you not like?
I do not feel there.
I am unable to move.
Kill myself. My inner balance has returned.
Right. Much better.
It shall be so.
Right then.
I like in Wizardry 7, how they made it where you can terminate combat if you're getting owned. Because in Wizardry 6, you have to let your party get completely killed before you can reload the game. Oh, I think he meant to say he doesn't like the changes they made from Wizardry 7 to 8. I think that's what you meant. Isn't that what you meant?
Right. Much better.
With pleasure.
Right then.
Okay, yeah, he meant he doesn't like Wizardry 8's combat as much. Gotcha.
It shall be so.
Man, that water cannon is just awesome. Look at that. He's just tearing things up. And this is very limited. Like they're stuck in a small area. If I had a bigger area where I could hit like 20 enemy with that. Why is my bishop unconscious? The stamina's...
Better now.
My inner balance has returned.
Right. Much better.
The tide of opposition, it shall be so.
Right then.
There we go.
Nothing such.
If I can get this rest all cast here by my bishop. There we go. That's what I needed.
Right. Much better.
I do not.
Much better.
Okay.
Right then.
With pleasure. Understood.
Let's try to turn these guys insane in the back there. So, Alexander, what character class are you since you're in my party, in my make-believe party? Man.
Understood.
It shall be so.
With pleasure.
Right then.
Yes. That water cannon is just amazing. It's paralysis.
Gotcha.
Understood. With pleasure.
Right then.
And these things are water resistant too, I believe. Yeah, 70%. And they're still taking that much damage. That's just amazing.
Segundas.
My inner balance has returned.
This is a serious malady.
Oh, I know why I'm taking so much damage. I don't have any of my spells cast up here. I don't have the armor one or the magic screen. Wow.
With pleasure.
Just realized those had expired.
Right then.
Understood.
Fighter. So you'd be a fighter, huh?
I'm injured.
Exterminate.
I always wondered what character class would be the best. Not the best, the most fun to play
Right then.
as a real person.
With pleasure. Understood.
To defend party members. Yeah, I knew David Bradley made Wizards and Warriors. I never played that because there's only one of them, and I felt like it would be kind of a letdown to not be able to transfer your characters or anything on,
With pleasure.
you know, just one of them. It looks like a really cool game from what I can tell. But yeah, I can appreciate what you're saying about
Understood.
Wizardry 6 and 7 have an awesome combat setup. It really did. And it all is just really a matter of preference. Because, I mean, some people like this type of combat and the 3D world and all that setup better, and others would like Wizardry 6 and 7's setup better. I think the only thing I can safely say is that all the Wizardries are awesome since Wizardry 6. And that David W. Bradley is a genius with his design elements.
Bloody ammo. Right then.
Almost got these taken care of. There's only 2 left here. Yeah, the one status type or condition type that's missing in this game that was in 6 and 7 is being petrified or turned to stone. I miss that. Like in this game, Excalibur, which I have, doesn't turn the enemy to stone. It does a hex, which that just reduces the attributes on the enemies. It's not that big of a deal. It has a 5% kill chance and does tons of damage. Hit point regeneration, but it doesn't turn them to stone. Which in Wizardry 6 and 7 it did, and it was awesome. I love being able to do that. Yeah, the Rapix Warlocks do tons of damage with their casting. Man, that was some work. I think it just said 100 and... Let's see how much that said. 117,000 experience. So now I gotta go free this prisoner.
It shall be so.
Yes. With pleasure.
Oh my gosh, look how many more Rapix I have to fight here. This place is just insane. Well, once again, my Psionic Blast is an amazing spell because it goes right around the corner. So let's hit these 6. Out of range for the water cannon. I'm going to do Magic Mirror. So as they keep casting spells at me, they're going to take some of it themselves.
Gotcha.
Holograph projector on my bishop.
Understood.
That's a Guardian Angel. So it'll protect her. And then we'll do a rousing
It shall be
drone.
so.
Actually, yeah, that's fine. speed him up. Oh, there's a prisoner back in the Rapix, what's it called? Rapix Rift area. And he was imprisoned there by this woman named Alcedexis. And if you have the special item, you can free him. And I have the special item, I just forgot to go free him. So he's sitting there waiting for me. Plus, when you rescue him, you get a lot of experience. It seems like maybe he gives you an item. I can't remember that part. But definitely want the experience for that. Hey, Foul Goblin. Good to see you. I've been streaming for about 35 minutes, so you haven't missed too much. I've been basically just fighting these Rapix, trying to get back to this one area that I need to get to.
Understood.
It's hard to fight these in this area because they bunch up and the area spells can't hit a whole bunch of them at once.
Right then.
Let's do a Siren's Wail to try to turn some of them insane.
Shall be so.
Because that'll work around the corner too, and then in the background they might attack each other.
I need ammunition.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, see, the insanity can really help. That's what I love about this game. With all the variety of magic realms, there's certain times where certain spells will just work a lot better. Not only based on the type of enemy you're fighting, but the environment you're in. Like right here, being in these hallways with, you know, blockages and stuff. That's one thing that Wizardry 6 and 7 can't accommodate. The battle system didn't have anything about terrain, so you lose that whole aspect of strategy.
With pleasure.
And Foul Goblin, you missed the best gadget item I've got so far. It's called the water cannon.
Right then.
This thing is amazing. It's not working super well here because the halls are constricting me, but once I get out in the open and can use this thing,
Understood.
it's gonna really destroy the enemies.
It shall be so.
It's out of ammunition.
Okay.
Okay, Alexander, we're gonna do it. We're gonna go rescue the prisoner together. Alexander is in my party as in my imaginary party. Oh yeah, instant kill. Yeah, that is a weird name, you're right, for such power. It's kind of silly.
With pleasure.
I'm going to get closer to these because otherwise I'm never going to be able to kill them. And then I also need to cast some other spells.
Understood.
Yeah, the Porta Potty's the same way. What a silly name. So this game doesn't have too much comedy in it compared to Wizardry 6 and 7. It has a little bit there. Like a porta potty. That's an American thing for anyone that's not American. It's basically those toilets that people put in different areas. Like they're portable toilets. That's what a porta potty is. In case there's anybody that doesn't know that, that's from another
Much
country.
better.
I'm better now.
Alright. Let's do a freeze all, try to
With
paralyze.
pleasure.
Now the water cannon is going to hit a bunch of them there. I need to remove the paralysis.
Gotcha.
4th level of hell. in other words. Okay, we need element shield.
With pleasure.
And he's going to use magic mirror so that every time they cast a spell, it's going to
Understood.
hit me, regenerating stone, get hit points back. And that should be... Oh, and I need to cure paralysis on my android.
Gotcha.
There we go. They're going insane in the background. See, eye for an eye took effect. Every time they hit me with fireball, they're gonna get taking one back. They just tried to paralyze themselves too. That is one aspect about this game that I really like. I mentioned earlier. There's no real dispel spell that you can cast to just remove all effects. So you have to really be careful with magic,
With pleasure.
which is nice.
Right then.
My dog's going crazy. There must be somebody at the door.
Gotcha.
Let's see here.
It shall be so.
The negative energy.
It was probably a delivery person.
Right. Much better.
The eye for an eye is not really doing any damage to them because they're so magic resistant.
Right then.
At least fire magic resistant. Is she out of ammo? Yeah, she is. Okay.
Okay.
Let's get closer. Using melee weapons here works out pretty well against these.
Overload.
Oh, that's funny. Oh, he still took 0 damage even from that eye for an eye of crush. Yeah, it is a lot stronger. Barbed arrows or mystic? Let's give her mystic. Yeah, once I get out of this area, they're not going to be so many of these combats like this. That's one of the things about Rapix Castle that gets a little bit kind of boring or annoying in the beginning. When you first get there, there's like a horde of these Rapix all in one spot. And they just keep coming around the corners. Until you clear all that out and become an initiate, they'll just keep coming back. There we go. Oh, there's one left. Oh, there's still 5, 1, and 2. So the combat ended, and then there's more just right around the corner. Okay, so here we go again.
With pleasure.
I'm going to run up, I think.
Gotcha.
Understood.
Try and get closer to this one. So there's 2, and then there's the warlock, and then around the corner are those concubines.
Extermination.
Is it good for me to kill all those Rapix? They're attacking me. I wouldn't be attacking them, but yeah, they're attacking me, so it doesn't hurt anything because I'm going to end up joining them as an initiate. There's this whole religious process you have to go through with them. And so once I do that, then they become neutral to you again. Really, they become friends with you then. But yeah, I can't avoid these combats. They're attacking me. And it doesn't hurt. There's two different types of Rapix. There's like a general Rapix, and then there's what's called the Templar Rapix. Right now, the Templar Rapix, I have a good reputation with them. These common Rapix that keep attacking me, they're mad at me for whatever reason. But once I become an initiate, then they won't be mad at all. It is just kind of strange how that works.
With pleasure.
I think he's paralyzed. Yep. So this warlock won't be able to cast anymore. He's paralyzed. There's a concubine. He runs away because he's blind.
Right. Much better. Right then.
With pleasure.
Yeah, this is probably kind of boring to watch. This part. All these battles. The concubines are a lot easier. They don't do as much damage, and they just throw these daggers.
Right then.
He's not paralyzed anymore.
Understood.
Yeah. The Templar Rapix are the more powerful, and then the common Rapix are the kind of vicious ones like these that are
With pleasure.
angry for some reason. She ran away. Well, good. I'm glad it's not boring to watch. Okay, Warlock's down. And she's unconscious, so she's doomed.
Instruction confirmed.
I always try to pick up the items in the middle of combat. One left, and then I'll see if I can sneak out of this castle.
Exterminate. Destroy.
There we go.
Much better.
I measure our progress in bodies.
I think I am getting better.
There's 4 more. I'm leveling up, and right when I'm leveling up, there's more coming around the
I owe
corner.
it all to good fortune and positive energy.
This
Sheesh.
is no match for me.
Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to run forward.
Instruction confirmed.
I'll just attack these with melee. These are probably berserkers. Yeah, because they have swords. They're probably not. Hell, that one's a warlock. Either that or a samurai. It might be a samurai. They cast Missile Shield on themselves, so they just don't take hardly any damage from ranged. But melee destroys them. I'm going to cast Armor Plate, because I don't have that going right now. Good. Yeah, that was a samurai.
With
Okay.
pleasure.
The samurais are the easier ones. They cast some spells, but they're not too worrisome.
Destruction.
Right. Much better.
With pleasure.
Right then.
Destroy.
Yeah, they're loud when they cast Magic Missile. That's one of the strange things about this game. Magic Missile, where those things come up and hit you all at once, that's like the loudest spell in the game. It's really strange.
Okay.
Destruction.
Rapid fire shots there. Okay, one left. And he's down there, is he? He's not blind anymore, I don't think. He is blind. So why is he running over there? He's getting right in my way. I'll just run this direction. We'll see if we can escape this castle before
Confirmed.
more enemies come toward us. Ah, that's not the right direction. Okay, let me level up before something else comes around the corner.
It shall be so.
Okay, my fighter, she's level 21 now. Strength and vitality. Just got to get better with Excalibur. Okay. Gadgeteer. I wonder if he'll get a bonus on his Omni gun now. You know what? I'm going to start increasing his sword. Close combat. Tweaks Omnigun makes it faster and more accurate. So +3 to hit, +3 initiative. Whereas hers right now, before I level up, is +2, +2. For every +1 is basically 10%. So that was a 10% increase. Yeah, leveling up is definitely handy. Okay. All right.
Yes. With pleasure.
Now, before I get attacked
Waiting.
again, let's use the X-ray scanner. This will show where the reds are. So there's one enemy there, and I don't see any other enemy close to me. There's some yellow there. So that's good.
Yes.
Okay, what am I missing? Chameleon. Okay, I gotta make my way out of here. Where is the exit? I thought it was back there. That's going down into the basement, which I don't want to do. This is the guy's workshop, so it's not back there. That also goes to his workshop. I wonder if it's back here then. Steps down and up, that's not it. That's really weird. Yeah, I don't see the exit. I know that's not the right way. Maybe I do have to go down those stairs. I sure don't remember that. Yeah, this is his workshop. It's so easy to get turned around in here. Here's the one samurai that's left. So we'll just run up to him and kill him real quick. This is where we came in. Pretty sure. Yeah, here we go. So I'm going to mark this on the map. So when I come back. Okay. So this Rapix courtyard already cleared. I had to make my way through here as they shot me with arrows from above. It's not too far to get to the prisoner. Okay. Ah, I left some pants on the ground there. Ooh,
Let's attack.
16 priestesses and berserkers. This is a good moment to use my water cannon. Look at that, how many that's going to hit.
Right there.
It's going to hit all 16. Let's use an eye for an eye potion.
With pleasure.
Gotcha.
Strobe light will hit all
Understood.
16 also. And then we'll try to paralyze all of them. See what happens.
Exterminate.
Yeah, they have so much speed they can run all the way around the side. Some of them. That paralyzed a pretty good amount. Wow! Look at that. That water cannon is amazing. I'm starting to think that the Gadgeteers are more powerful than the Bard even is. I don't know. It's a toss-up. Man, that's just crazy. Okay. Let's do an acid bomb, because this is a longer battle. Let's do it right here. That should hit all of them.
With pleasure. Understood.
It shall be so.
Yeah, because the Gadgeteers have that regenerating stone, or regeneration stone too, which does a heal all. Wow, my shield actually blocked that attack.
Exterminate.
Instant kill, oh yeah.
Segundas.
13.
Exterminate.
Yes.
81.
Another instant kill.
Right then.
With pleasure. Understood.
It shall be so.
Ignore.
13 damage. Oh, they just now cast Magic Screen.
Right.
Magic Screen will reduce the damage of that water cannon.
Exterminate.
Right then.
With pleasure. Understood.
It shall be so.
Exterminate.
Oh, he backfired the water cannon. Ouch. Well, that'll help put the balance of the item at play, because if you can backfire it and hit your own party, that definitely has an impact.
Right then.
So let's heal. Let's use our regenerating stone.
Understood.
There's only 6 left. Okay.
Right then.
Yeah, they're almost dead.
Understood.
Much better.
Good.
Wow.
Let's go.
Yes.
127,000. Wow, that's an interesting item. What is that? A lance? That's really strange for them to drop a lance. That's a Lord and Valkyrie weapon. Samurais can't use it. In fact, fighters can't even use a lance. It's only Lord and Valkyrie. Thank you. Yeah, that was an intense battle. It's a lot of
With pleasure.
repetition at the Rapix area, but you get a ton of experience. good news is I'll be able to just teleport right back to the Pharaoh guy because I used set portal. I have 2 set portals now, and I used one from my ranger to get there. So I won't have to do this to go all the way back. Okay.
Spotted a creature.
Right here is actually, I think... Oh, that's the temple area. I haven't even been in there yet. That's where he's at. I think there's some zombies or something in there. Yeah, there we go. Rapix corpses.
Too far.
Those are interesting.
Understood.
See all the resistances? That's where magic users just aren't as useful late in the game.
Understood. With pleasure.
It is. It's a very pretty area. Instant kill. And this one's paralyzed. You're very welcome. Okay, anything in here? No, but I know the prisoner's right here.
Ah, company.
Oh, that's right. You gotta arrange these in a certain way. I think I always did this just based on luck.
More beasts.
Let's show the enemy who's in charge.
Time for a psionic blast around the corner.
With pleasure.
Right then.
Yeah.
Understood.
It shall be so.
I need ammunition.
I feel like Psionic Blast might be the only spell that hits a group that does damage. I was trying to think of that. I can't remember any other.
With pleasure.
Time for our water cannon.
Right then.
Understood.
Okay.
Oh, one of them went insane from the strobe light. 2 went insane from the Psionic Blast. Oh, they have enchanted weapon cast on them. You can see it above their head there. So this guy behind bars there, he's the prisoner I'm trying to rescue. Man, when they knock you unconscious like that, do double damage of what they already do, they will kill you in a heartbeat.
Death is merely the final journey.
With pleasure.
Okay.
Understood.
That one's unconscious now. That's good.
Destroy.
Right then. Thanks. Now let's get back to work, shall we?
I think it's
That hurt the
time
prisoner
someone
too.
healed me.
Oh, Royce. You get resurrected and then get targeted in the same round. That shouldn't be allowed.
With
Let's
pleasure.
try this again.
Understood.
It shall be
Let's
so.
do a chaos drone on these. They're just getting in our way. Okay, see you in a minute. There we go. Lots of afraid and insanity now. Bye-bye, Rapix.
Right then, many thanks. Now, let's get back to work, shall we?
I don't use the chaos drone very often because I don't like to make enemies run away. Then you have to chase them down. And when I'm trying to resurrect my guy and heal,
My inner balance has returned.
The negative energy is gone.
It shall be so.
Understood. With pleasure.
okay, finally he can use his water cannon
Right then.
again.
Mi
Exterminate.
segunda.
My inner balance has returned.
Right. Much better.
The negative energy is gone.
Exterminate.
Even though they're insane, they have not been attacking. Look at that. The prisoner's hitting him through the gate. That's hilarious. And he turns around like, what? Who just hit me from behind? That was hilarious. Let's do an element shield
With
real
pleasure.
quick. Once I kill these, then I can run back and kill those warlocks.
Exterminate.
Mi segundas.
Ah, the prisoner's getting his revenge.
Destroy.
Okay. It's all downhill now.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't get much use out of my microwave ray in this area because they're also fire resistant.
Extraction confirmed.
Or Hades Harp, which does that cerebral hemorrhage. Thank you. Yeah, it is a very dangerous area.
I'm out of things to shoot.
It's the third time I've been here.
Okay.
There we go. Now let's equip something real quick. Just give her some poison darts.
Our will has prevailed.
Let's go back to freeing this prisoner. So like I said, I always just mess around with this, try to get these to line up a certain way. I really don't know what they are. I just try the combination until I get it. This is probably silly. Let's see. There we go. So it looks like, I don't know, what is this? Mountain? Volcano? Squiggly lines. So basically upper left, down, and upper left.
Thank the lords. You can help us. I thought no one would ever come. I do not know how much time I have, but if you could save me from a certain...
I already did help you, but
Thank
yes.
the heavens. I will tell you what happened to me. I am, like the others here, a prisoner of Alcedexis. Her punishments are never the same. Some she lets go. Others she kills outright. Then there are those of us she sacrifices to the Lava Lord. She has marked us with death.
Lava Lord is dead.
I carry the mark here, upon my hand. I will die soon enough if it is not reversed. I need you to get me the Staff of Ash. With it, I can reverse this mark of death. Once the mark is reversed, it shall be safe for me to leave.
Yep, we have it. Staff of Ash. Hey, Larry P. He says, I always want more puzzles in a game and less combat, but then I get stuck because of a puzzle I don't get and curse the game. Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, with only 3 there, the permutations weren't too many.
You found it! Oh, thank the heavens! The mark of death is removed! I am free! And I shall keep my promise and tell you the way to Alcedex's altar. May the lords help you kill her.
100,000
Have you
experience.
seen her gate? The gate before her altar. It is near the entrance to the Rapak's castle itself. It is always closed, and only her beast can open it. To
I already
summon
did
him,
this.
you
I already
must
killed
have the beckoning stone.
El Dorado with the beckoning
I
stone.
wish I could tell.
That's funny. So you're a little late, but that's okay. I rescued you late. And he won't join the party. Yeah. Alright, so we're done with him.
Goodbye.
Good riddance.
Okay, so he's safe. So now we can go back. The cool thing is, I can go all the way back. First, let's go back to the Trang place with Return to Portal. And then we'll come back to Pharaoh. We can do our resting here in my loot room. I think I forgot to turn the music back on. Yeah, I did. All you've had were sound effects and no music. Turn that back on. Thanks, Alexander. Rest 3 times, so it's 24 hours, and then Pharaoh will have a bunch of items regenerated. Okay. So now my ranger will cast his Return to Portal. I'll be right back in the castle. Okay.
Waiting.
Before I forget, let me turn my music back on.
Yes?
Okay, and there's Pharaoh. Let's see.
Surprised.
Sell some of our junk. Oh wow. This might be useful because it weighs so little. I'm going to hang on to that. I don't know. That might be a spell that I don't have. Okay, now I'm back to my normal items. Let me see if that's a spell. I must already have it because it shows up as red. Okay. 16 plus 9. Only weighs 5 plus 8. Yeah, I'm going to equip this because I'll just drop one armor class. Now lighten his load. Okay, now let's get back to the good items here. See, if you didn't have an eagle eye bow at this point in the game for your ranger, if you had a ranger, it'd be a great one to get. Strongbow is really good too, but it requires 85 strength and a bow of 30. Ooh yeah, here's what I need. Mystic arrows. These are awesome arrows. They do 8 to 20 damage, plus 3 to hit, 35% chance to paralyze, and 5% kill. That is just awesome. Okay. Armor piercers are a good alternative. Medusa stones are awesome too. 20% paralyze, 10% knockout. It's great for my slings. And then these are great for my gadgeteers to shoot out of their guns since they have that ability now. They're very expensive though. Look at that. 1,250 gold for just 25. Okay, anything else? Tempted to maybe buy that because this is plus 920 pounds. That's a lot. He only loses one armor class and it's a 15-pound difference. Yeah, that's awesome. Alright, real quick here. I'll check to see if I need any of those spell books. I'm not sure about this item. I think I am going to buy it to see what it means. It says 1 charge plus 10 dexterity. So I don't know if that means when you use it, it gives you 10 dexterity, because it doesn't tell you what the charge is for. So I'll save the game and try it and see what happens. But I just really don't know. And that'd be good for my rogue, or previous rogue fighter now. Wow. Gave her 5 dexterity and major armor. Look at this armor class. It's ridiculous. 35. That's why she never takes damage except for hits from magic.
Should you?
Okay, let's try this emerald.
I'm surprised.
Whoops. Wrong menu. Okay. Let's see what happens here. So she has 105 dexterity. We don't need that much on her. Samurai. Dexterity 91. That's really strange. When I go, maybe I have to have it equipped and then use it. Doesn't do anything. So that's kind of a weird, I don't know if that's a flaw or a bug or what. It shows charges, but it doesn't do anything. See, I'll reload. Yeah, that's strange. Okay, Alexander. It's good to, I'm glad you joined me. I know it's really late where you're at, so have a good evening, and I'll see you soon. Glad you joined me. Wow, there's a lot of Rapics up here. Did you see that? Look at all this red.
RFF 81, practice mode.
With pleasure.
Right then.
Understood.
Okay.
It shall be so. Gotcha.
We'll let them come to me. Thank you, Alexander. Appreciate that. It can be late, but it's never too late. That's true, Foul Goblin. Word of the wise.
With pleasure.
Right then.
Understood.
It shall be
There's
so.
actually, I think, in this castle, a nuclear blast musical instrument, which I need to get for my bard.
Destroy.
It won't do too much against these guys because they're so fire resistant. But once you get out of this castle, other enemies, it'll just be amazing.
Extermination.
Right then.
It shall be so.
Hey, Tawheed. Good to see you.
Understood.
So Alexander's time is to go to sleep now, and yours is just waking up. It's an interesting world.
With pleasure.
We're in Rapix Castle. Pretty soon I'm going to be getting a nuclear blast musical instrument for my bard. I was just saying. Got a water cannon now. My gadgeteer. I've never had that in this game because I've never had a gadgeteer this far. It's just insane. This is probably my favorite party I've made so far. 2 gadgeteers, 1 bard, a rogue that became a fighter, ranger, and a bishop. It really worked out well. In the beginning, it was a struggle. I would not recommend it as a first-time party if you haven't played the game before. But if you know what you're doing, it's a really good party.
Understood.
Right then.
It shall be so.
Dragoon.
Oh, it's 4:30 in the morning where Tawhid's
The
at.
negative energy is gone.
Nothing satisfies like the taste of blood.
Feeling strange.
Yeah, that is early.
Instruction confirmed.
If I remember right, you're in Indonesia, right, Tawhid? Oh my goodness, look at all these. Time to start my sonic blasts around the corner. There's 7 there, let's hit those. I don't think I have anything else that can go around corners like that. Siren's whale will. Let's do it on the archers.
That was written in the stars.
Yeah, look at all these, all this red down here, the lower left corner, the mini map. That's crazy. Yeah, for some of you that weren't on this one of my previous streams, I was telling somebody, I don't remember, I think it was Garrison, about a game I'm actually working on. Now, don't get super excited because I don't have any graphics for it, and I probably won't have any graphics. It's going to be a text type game, and I might be able to have some sound.
Understood.
And who knows, maybe in the future I could have some static graphics or something, but it's going to be essentially like a very, very complex world where I'm including elements and things from, and ideas from things like Wizardry, Darklands, RuneScape, Dungeons and Dragons, just all these different games, making it super dynamic and flexible, ridiculous number of races, classes, quests. Kind of like the old days where you'd have a bulletin board system, a BBS you'd log on to, and other people could play the game. I'm still trying to decide if I want to make it one world where everybody's in the same world, or if each person kind of has their own world and or can decide to be in other worlds. Yeah, it will be able to be played on mobile because I'm thinking I'm probably going to make it essentially a website
Turning against me here.
where you'll be able to play on any kind of device, because all the code will execute essentially on the server. So kind of like how a mainframe worked, really, and or like I said, a bulletin board system. And so it'll keep track of where you're at in the world, your characters, if others are with you. And I want to try to make it, if I make it one world where everybody can play together, I want to make it where you can team up with other people and actually kind of merge your parties together and still go separate ways and things. But if you're in the same general area when something happens, like let's say a combat or whatever, and your friends and your allies, you can fight together and do things together. And even make it where you could like give permission for others to control certain party members. So in theory, you could have like, you know, 4 or 5 friends get together in the same general area. And maybe this guy controls these 2 guys, this guy controls these others. And it would be kind of a quasi turn-based and real-time combat. I'm still trying to figure out how I want to do that, but essentially what would happen is there would be a timeout where you'd get, like, let's say when combat begins, you get 30 seconds to decide what you're going to do that round. And it would be
With pleasure.
based on what party members you're controlling or whatever. And so
Understood.
what would happen is once the 30 seconds were up, or if everybody says I'm done, I've locked in my actions, then it would execute that round. And it would just kind of repeat that process. But if it's all in the same world, you know, there's going to be situations where in shops there's limited items where someone else could snag something before you get it. And, you know, and then it would disappear from the list. But the other cool thing is, you know, I loved being a dungeon master when I played real paper and pencil games in the past. And I'd create the adventures and everything. So it'd kind of be like that. Like, I would get on the server, nobody would know I'm on there, but I would actually be directly manipulating things in the world too. So like sometimes if I maybe saw some combat going on where something was happening, you know, it might be divine intervention where I do something. Or I might make custom items for a certain quest that someone completes and they're the only one to complete that or whatever. So I might give them that. Since I can control everything and there's no real, you know, graphics that I have to do for everything, I could make an infinite number of variations on things. Because that's always the limitation with any game that has graphics. You have to have graphics for it. So, you know, I don't know. It's in the early stages, and I've been coding up a lot of the kind of basic structure, but and coming up with the design ideas and everything. So, you know, you'll be able to chat with each other, and I don't know. I'm trying to pull in like people like we are here with chatting while playing this, you know, where you could actually play together and work together with things. Now, you don't have to. That's, of course, just an option, but anyway, just throwing those ideas out there since you guys are on here and
With pleasure.
hear a lot. Yeah, it is a lot of text to write, but I fly through that kind of stuff. I've been developing since I was 11 years old, and I'm 41 now, so I can just fly through, you know, all kinds of complex logic and stuff, and not having to worry about graphics. That saves me a ridiculous amount of time. Plus, I don't have the graphics. I'd either have to pay somebody, which I don't have the money to do that, or have to find someone that would be willing to work on it themselves. And then you're still limited. So the thought is, if at some point where it looks like people are wanting to play and it's getting involved and the game world's live and working, I can introduce static graphics, kind of like how, you know, Bard's Tale, the old Wizardries and all that has, where you'd have portrait pictures of monsters and areas and towns and stuff, and even weapons that are hand drawn. So none of the stuff like this where it's polygons. It'd be an artist draws something. I could show the static pictures like that for things, and then of course sound is a lot easier to do. And you could have all kinds of different sound involved. Like Wizardry 8, I love how the characters talk like this.
The negative energy is gone.
You know, to make you feel like you're there with real people. So having those similar ideas. And gotta read the chat here for a second. Alexander says he wants to join now. Well, sure, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, that's okay. You can hound me until it's out. I mean, what I'll probably end up doing is creating some rudimentary things first, because there's still a lot of things I have to work out design-wise. Like, what am I actually going to do for combat? Am I going to have areas and coordinates and positions? Or is it going to be more like Wizardry 6 and 7, where you just have groups of monsters, you know, or Wasteland? There's just groups of monsters. I don't like that as much, because you can't have as much strategy when it's just, that's it. You know, there's a group and there's no dimension to it. But that really adds complexity. But anyway, once I get all that worked out, I'll probably push something out somewhere for people to just play around with it, to be able to create characters. And that'll probably be the first thing I'll do, is just create character mechanism and let people play around with that and give me some feedback on it. And then I was also kicking around the ideas of being able to transfer your characters in from real games. I'd have to write a parser to pull out data from, you know, game files, but wouldn't that be awesome if you could pick any of the major games like Bard's Tale 1 or 2, Ultima, Might Magic, and just say, hey, I have some characters in Might Magic 2 I'd like to pull in, and we'd basically create characters that were similar. Couldn't have them identical because you wouldn't want them overpowered right when they're pulled in, but
I'm better now.
yeah, that's why I don't really want to tell too many people about it. I mean, now I've released it on my channel. I've talked about it before, but not a whole lot of people watch my live streams like this, so there'll still be a lot of people that miss it. But
With pleasure.
I wouldn't say I'm a perfectionist, but when I make a game or something, I really want it to be right. I don't like to kind of leave out something that I feel is either not historically accurate or some technical aspect that I'm not too fond of. And so sometimes it takes me longer to work out the design than anything. But I'll probably at some point, once I have some of that stuff worked out, I'll show it on the channel just to give people a feel for what's the design's gonna be like.
Understood.
But yeah, I'm gonna have way more classes than what Wizardry has, and skills and races and everything. 131,000 experience.
My status
Wow,
rises.
that was crazy.
Ready.
So I'll quit blabbing about it
Energy is gone.
and play the darn game.
Waiting. Understood.
Okay, Bishop. Level 19. Trying to get her to go quicker in combat, so I'll do senses. Ooh, wow. Man, I've got a lot of spells to choose from now. Whew. Why is asphyxiation 20 magic points? Target all enemies. Oh. Because quicksand hits a radius. I was going to say, it seems like quicksand works more often. But now I understand. Asphyxiation hits all enemies. Nuclear blast will hit all enemies, but just as damage. I don't need those for sure. So basically, I'm either going to pick asphyxiation or quicksand. I think I'm going to do quicksand just because my Gadgeteer has that asphyxiation item. Yeah. Oh, thanks, Alexander. You're still awake. I thought you would have been asleep by now. I'm glad you're still here. Why am I giving Mason Flail? I don't want that. Let's do this. I'm glad you at least heard what I was talking about earlier. What am I doing? I don't want to give this stuff. I have magic to give. There we go. Okay.
We got company.
This lot will be child's
Once I
play.
clean out this main area, there won't be so many. Let's do our quicksand.
With pleasure.
Right then.
Understood.
Nah, let's do strobe light.
Understood.
It shall be so.
Oh, but yeah, one other major difference I'll talk about right now is, you know, most games have hit points. All these RPGs have hit points. And Wizardry is awesome because it adds stamina. And of course most games have spell points. I'm still going to have all that kind of stuff. But then, in addition to hit points, you're going to have a central nervous system, and you're going to have a circulatory system. So your hit points are basically, you know, physical damage. Things are getting hit with blunt weapons, chopping weapons, any kind of normal weapon, piercing weapons. The central nervous system is going to be things like mental attacks that hit your brain or your central nervous system. You can actually kill somebody by reducing their central nervous system hit points down. I'm calling it CNS right now for central nervous system, which have nothing to do with your physical system. And then the circulatory system works with your heart and of course your blood and all that. And there's certain things like poison that can affect that.
Right then.
That once again would not damage the physical body. Because I always thought that was weird in all games that poison did damage. Because in real life that's not how it works. When you get poisoned, you generally die because your heart will eventually stop or you can't breathe. And same with toxicity. Sometimes you can get toxicity in your body and die from your heart or an internal organ becoming damaged. And so my plan is to have specific types of attacks for those types of things as well. And so it opens up the door for all kinds of options for killing different types of enemies. Plus with magic, you could have different combinations. So like sometimes it might be more effective to go after the central nervous system and shut it down and essentially paralyze the person and make them be in a coma. Or you might want to poison them or do something to cause one of their internal organs to fail, and then they die from that. So I'm just trying to introduce all kinds of different realism that gives you options. And you don't have to do that kind of strategy. You know, you could just kind of play it the normal way that people are used to, but I like to introduce more options if people want to play it that way.
What is your will? It shall be so. Yes.
But yeah, it's just really fun to come up with all the different design aspects. Okay, where am I going? So first, what is this? Ring of Life. Hit point regeneration vitality. That's pretty cool. Let's see, who should we give it to?
We will definitely keep.
That's a good item. I don't want to replace that. Oh wow, he's not even... Oh, because I sold that. I need to have him re-equip that. Let me see. Yeah, his artifacts is probably high enough to be able to use that. Stamina. Honk of Speed, she needs that. I've got too many good items. I don't know. I don't really have anything I want to unequip. So where am I now? Oh, I'm in Poser. I'm in Rapix Castle. Pretty soon I'm going to be getting a nuclear blast musical instrument from my bard. I'm just having a hard time deciding which item, or item to unequip for a character to put this on. I just feel like I don't want to unequip anything I have. Even though that's an awesome item, I just don't have anybody. Yeah, I have to find that instrument. I can't remember. I think it might be down here. Yeah, it's in here.
I'm ready for it.
All I have to do is kill these, and I'm pretty sure it's on one of these tables or something in here. Yeah, I'm not sure what you mean, Alexander.
Understood.
I think I missed something.
With
Let's do
pleasure.
a freeze all.
Right then.
Nah, let's use the water cannon. Yeah, Poser 714, I got a water cannon now. It's doing ridiculous damage.
Gotcha.
It shall be
that.
so.
It casts Tsunami, which is a tidal wave.
Algelasta.
Man, those magic missiles. It's got to be loud in your speakers. I just need to blast these guys down with damage.
With pleasure.
Right then.
It shall be so.
Understood.
Gotcha.
Instant kill. I don't know what game I'm gonna... I have to work on my game review, my next game review. And so I may not be streaming another game for a while, plus I'm working on a game I was just talking about earlier. So we'll see what happens, but ideally at some point I'd like to play Darklands, because that game's just so open-ended. But I play on my Patreon channel a lot, so I play once a week, I should say. So my time, I just got to be careful with my time that I don't...
It shall be so.
I can spend it wisely, I should say.
Understood.
Right then.
You almost cut your finger, Foul Goblin? Yeah, definitely check out Darklands. I highly recommend that.
Right. Much better.
Have I ever played Dark Sun? Yes, I have.
Okay.
That's the Dungeons and Dragons one, right? But it's like an overhead view.
Get it. Let's go.
Right. Much better.
Okay, I'm pretty sure this is the room
Yes.
What is your
that
will?
has...
It shall be so.
Yes.
the Bard's instrument. Let me clear it out and find out. Spear of Death. Let's see, white, where is it? Must be something up above ground because it's showing a white right here. Oh, File Goblin. The loud noise. Yeah, from Magic Missile. Darklands? Yeah, not Darklands. Dark Sun. Totally different game. That is that's a pretty fun game too. There it is. Is that it? There it is. Okay. I could swear it was in here. I knew it. So this requires 90 music. Let's identify it so we can use it. There we go. Infernal Horn. Does a nuclear blast. So now the question is, which one am I not going to use? This is where it'd be great to have two bards. Wow. You did paper and pen, Dark Sun.
Look over there.
Great combo, bard and nuclear. Nothing else in this room.
Look over there.
Oh, there is somewhere. Where is it? Oh, it's over
See
here.
something. Look over there. Look over there. Look over there.
Look over there, look over there. So this pickled Trini, we need to give that to the NPC upstairs, Pharaoh, and he will give us a special treasure. So there's a poor Trini that met his maker. Okay. So let's go give him that pickled Trini.
See something.
That's the entrance, okay. And then he will give us our treasure we wanted. There he is.
I'm surprised.
Armory key.
Always a pleasure.
Ah, okay, I see what you're saying, Alexander. I didn't know what you were talking about, but, yeah. No, I understand. Wait, someone pickled this poor guy. Yeah,
Should you need it.
yeah, the Trini got pickled in a jar.
RFS 81.
Ooh,
practice
man.
Mode.
I walk around the corner and run into 12 Rapics. Okay. Looks like I'm going to have to kill them before I get my treasure.
With pleasure.
War mages. Oh boy. I better cast Element Shield quickly.
With pleasure.
I don't like the sound of that. War mages.
Right then.
In fact, I think I'll use a magic mirror.
Right then.
Understood.
We'll use the Hades, or no, where is it? Infernal Horn,
Be so.
just to show you. It's not going to do much damage to these guys. because their fire resistance is so high. Plus they just cast magic screen. There it was. Yeah, didn't do much.
Overload.
I'm gonna use, oh, I don't have any equipped. Shoot. Okay, let's just try to silence them.
With pleasure. Understood.
Well, it just takes practice, poser. A lot of time.
Right then.
A lot of time.
It shall be so.
But I've been playing strategy games forever. And RPGs. Wow, look at that. Gotta love that water cannon. Oh, good. Good night, Alexander. Hope to see you next time. And thanks for the offer on that.
Destroy.
Understood.
Right then.
With pleasure.
Okay, yeah, he'll just attack now. Massive damage.
Extermination.
Gemstone. No, I have not heard of that. Tell me more about it. Is it this
Overload.
DOS game? Is it PC? Is it an RPG? I'm assuming, with it called Gemstone.
Destroy.
Oh, okay. So it's a multiplayer, massive multiplayer online RPG.
Right then.
Text-based, okay. No, I didn't know that. I'll have to check that out.
That was written in the stars.
See how many are around the corner. Okay, not too many. Yeah, part of the fun for me is with making games is coming up with all the ideas,
Come from everywhere.
because you get to be creative and do things that others haven't done before. Think outside the box, and since you're controlling it, you get to make the world however you want it. And it's so much easier with text-based, not having to require the graphics. I just don't know how many people will be interested in anything like that. It's because, you know, most, especially younger generations, it's all about graphics and sound, and that doesn't mean I wouldn't make something, because obviously I do game reviews on games that most people don't care about. But it does make me wonder how many people would actually be interested in text only. Let's see, there's 2 there and there's 2 over here. Well, status magic points.
Understood.
Much.
So the war mages seem to attack in melee quite a bit.
Destroy.
There's more of you, Foul Goblin says. Just need something to lure you from under the rocks. Yeah, it's getting the word out, really. It's sharing with others. If you share with other people, you know, then that's what makes the difference. If people don't tell anybody else about it, then it never happens. Like, I had never heard of this gemstone until Poser 714 just told me about it. So that's what it's all about.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, gosh, would be an absolute dream world for me would be to build a crate, that game world I'm talking about, but for it to be funded by a Kickstarter where I could pay for graphics. I don't think I would do a 3D thing like this. It'd be more like Wizardry 7 setup. But regardless, I mean, if you could pay someone to do graphics,
Instruction
you know,
confirmed.
you could
Instruction.
do everything. Even if it's just for portraits or weapons or towns or whatever, and it's not like an overhead graphics view or anything, that's still better than nothing. Saint Bastard, wow, that's a really interesting item for them to drop. I already have one of those and I don't need another, but that's kind of cool. Okay, so now let me go back to Pharaoh where I can get the treasure he was going to give me. Oh, he's blocking the way. I have to go around in this direction. There we go. There's some Medusa stones just laying there on the ground. That's strange. Okay, so here's the lift we have to go on. It's gotta be make sure I'm not gonna get crushed. Okay, it's a moment of truth. Oh, they're set items. It's not a treasure chest. Okay, what do we got? Wow, Bushido blade? That's a really good single-handed weapon. The problem is my samurai has his giant sword, which is better, and it's extended ranged. So I don't really have a use for that unless I switch someone over to be a ninja. Vulcan hammer. A primary weapon. I switched my ranger over to using mason flail. Let me see what he has right now. I think he has the Mauler, which is better. Yeah, that's better than a Vulcan hammer. Death Stars. Samurai's using those happily. Brilliant helm. Okay, so that can be used by anybody. That's a pretty good item.
Will definitely keep.
It gives intelligence. But who needs that? It's better than what she has there. Yeah, I'll give it to her. Well, that was okay. It would have been really good for a ninja. I'm gonna be having to wind down here soon, but something I want to do before I leave, just to show you the Bard instrument somewhere else. Yes. I'm gonna do a return to portal. Hey, Higher Ground Gaming. Yeah, I've been on for a couple hours now. Not quite ready to leave though. I'm going to show off some of the new equipment I found. And you might want to go back in the stream. I talked more about the game I'm working on. Probably about a half hour ago I started talking about it.
Waiting.
But I'm going to show off some of this new equipment. Crazy equipment.
Yes.
Okay. So we're going to go out in the open and fight some things. Let's go over by Arnica. This will be very entertaining. Let's look for some enemy. Okay, so to the south. Oh, up there by Arnica there's something too. But let me go south, because there's more. Missing camouflage.
Yes.
Okay, getting close. This is really going to be funny, because these monster levels are going to be capped, because they only progress so much in a given area. Let's see what we're dealing with here.
Enemies?
Yeah, crimson poppies.
They will die.
So let's look at the resistance. Okay, fire 45%. So the highest was earth at 75%. So we're going to use the infernal horn, which is nuclear blast. Let's use, we'll just use the strobe light. Oh, that's only going to hit one.
Understood.
We'll do a microwave on that one. He'll use his water cannon.
Right then.
And she'll cast quicksand.
With pleasure.
Let's see what happens here. Quicksand didn't work on any of them. That only hit one because they were too far away. Microwave killed one. Oh, played the wrong note with the infernal horn. That's funny.
It shall be so.
It's so funny how those used to be hard in the beginning.
Yes.
It just shows you how much the party can progress. See some more over here. Here we go. Here's a whole bunch of enemies. Let's see which is in range.
It shall be so.
Okay, so the forest mites, 9 of them were in range. That's what the second number is. One question. Where did you go after the tree people? I went back to Arnica and they said to go east. How do you go east of Arnica? Oh. There's a way to go east from the Trinies. So you've been to the tree area. That's where the Trinies are. You can go east there and you'll be heading toward the swamp. So just go to that east side and you'll find the swamplands over there. Welcome. These things are really weak. I'm killing them with single shots. There we go. Infernal Horn took them all out. Oh, so there's some way over here. Bandits. 16 hit points. 18. That is really funny. They're going to be in for some pain.
It shall be so.
I'm going to run forward and use the water cannon and
Instruction
Inferno.
confirmed.
Is there a blue triangle over them? Not yet, so they're not within range. Okay, right about there is when they... Right there is where they get in range. See the little blue triangles above their head? That's my Gadgeteer's color. Watch this. This is going to be so funny. It looks like someone trying to control a riot with a water cannon.
Instruction confirmed.
That's hilarious. Is there any others on here? Oh, there's some yellow guys over there. So those are either going to be the Ratkins or they're going to be Dark Savant. So let's go see. Poser said he played Gemstone on AOL in the early days. Then Gemstone was so successful, they went off on their own. A lot of people followed. Oh, okay, that's cool. That's good to know. Getting close. I need to go east. I hope they're Dark Savant people because they're always funny.
The Dark Savant thanks you for finding the Destiny Dominus. We will take it now.
Stand back and watch me fight. You might learn something.
That's so funny. The Dark Savant thanks you for finding the Destiny Dominus.
Understood.
We will take it now. Oh boy. Time for you to get quicksanded
With pleasure.
and water cannoned
Right then.
and nuclear blasted.
It shall be so.
Quicksand killed one. Oh, and I backfired my water cannon.
Yes.
That's good though that it backfires on occasion. I'm glad it does that because my engineering's super high and I'm high level and I can still backfire it, which helps to cut down on the overpoweredness of it.
Right. Much better.
I don't like when games have something that's overpowering.
With pleasure.
Gets rid of the fun.
Understood.
Yeah, it's a very good mix I have right now in this party. Because I got 2 really good melee, 2 really good at ranged,
Right.
and then lots of
Much
magical
better.
ability. Yeah, just a little bit of overkill there.
What is your will? It shall be so.
Yes?
This bishop, it's ridiculous how many spell points she has now. There actually is a retro dungeon in the cemetery that I've never been to. Thinking of heading over there real quick. Someone was wanting me to go beat the cemetery earlier. It wasn't you, Poser, was it? Someone was asking me to go through and clear that, and I did that a long time ago. But there is a retro dungeon you can activate in here. Like I said, I've never done it. Yeah, I thought it might have been you. So I'll have to try to figure this out. Let's see. So somewhere on these stones there must be runes. If you see any runes, let me know. Which retro dungeon did you do? The one here? Ah, okay, so you did do the one here. I've never done this one. It's back in the corner, but don't you have to activate it? That's how the other dungeons are. You have to activate them with runes. You like the samurai the least? Higher ground gaming in your party? You know, I kind of have to agree with that. In general, the samurai has kind of been a letdown in Wizardry 8. I think late game, if you have a samurai, they can end up being really good. But beginning and middle of the game, they seem to be fairly weak. Now, there is something special about the lightning strike ability. And I don't think anybody has really figured out the secret to activate it. If they can, then I think that will become... He could become a really good character. Okay, let's see. What does this say? Look at that. I have never seen this. So obviously that has to be some kind of game designers or programmers or something. That's funny. So this corner back here, do you just go in the corner, or do you have to actually... You have to activate it, right? I have, let me see real quick. I've looked this up before. Need a dagger. Yeah, you need a normal plain dagger into a pillar. Well, darn it. Don't have a dagger. Well, maybe that'll be something I tackle another time then. Well, guys, I think I'm going to go ahead and call it quits. It's been fun. I'm glad you guys joined me, and I'll try to do it again soon. But I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. So I'll see you next time.